What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. After making me question how patient of a person I really am, today we're going to be customizing the Mojo 68 from Melgeek. This keyboard was launched on Kickstarter back in August of 2021, and when I saw it, I fell in love almost immediately. Albeit, at the time of buying into this project, I only had 2 custom keyboards. Let's see how the times have changed my opinions. The Mojo 68 comes in some fun, colorful packaging. I believe they're all different depending on which colorway you purchase. Inside the box you'll find the keyboard that we'll put aside for now, a user manual, a pretty subpar USB-C cable with a USB-C connector at a 90-degree angle, a wire switch puller, some spare keycaps for enter, escape, function, and alt, and the wireless dongle. The keyboard itself comes pre-assembled in a protective plastic bag. It is a 65% gasket mounted keyboard with an all plastic case. Similar to the NK87 Entry Edition, the top and bottom case of this board clip together, which will result in some creaking if you really flex it. However, also similar to the NK87 Entry Edition, you really have to try to make it creak. It never does it on its own during normal usage. My version is in the Ember colorway, which came with some custom double shot ABS keycaps and the very tall MG profile. There were a lot of switch options, but I went for the Gateron Pro yellows, and I also opted for the Tri version, which goes wired, Bluetooth, or wireless via a 2.4 GHz dongle. This board also features 5-pin hot swap sockets in the south facing orientation, plate mount stabilizers, an aluminum plate, along with both pour-on plate foam and another chonky silicone dampener underneath. Before we dive in deeper, I'm going to hit you with a stock sound test right after the peel. Well, consider me flabbergasted. This thing sounds absolutely amazing right out of the box. It is by far the best pre-built keyboard I've ever used, and most people would be more than happy to use this stock. The Gateron Pro yellows sound and feel amazing. They feel just as good as any switch I've looped by hand, and the stabilizers just blew me away. There was some rattle on the spacebar and maybe some ticking elsewhere, but for the most part, they were pretty close to perfectly tuned. However, the gaskets don't really offer much in the way of flex, but they do isolate the plate from the case and avoid uneven feel and sound from screw points throughout the board. Not the best implementation of gaskets, but I still like it more than a tray mount. Despite this thing being so good right out of the box, I've already bought some things to mod it with, so we're gonna just give it that little push to take it to the next level. Here's where I ran into a problem though. Unlike the NK87 Entry Edition, this board was not meant to be opened up and modded. These clips are tight. I tried and tried to get this thing open just for the sake of getting it open, but I ended up just giving up. In all honesty though, I wasn't going to do anything to it that required me to open it up. It still has plenty of character with a silicone wedge in it, and the plate foam doubles as the bottom gasket, so you can't really take it out unless you want to cut it up and destroy it. I can, however, throw in my own set of tuned stabilizers to really make them perfect. I picked up a set of cherry plate mount stabilizers, clipped the legs, and tuned them as normal. I also just went ahead and band-aid modded the slots that the stabs mount into, just because it's easy to do while I already have everything apart, and it eliminates any chance of housing wobble. I guess the only thing left to do is switches. We're going back to the tried and true Gatoron black inks, filmed and lubed with 205 grade 0, just really to tame the high frequencies of these keycaps from the taller profile. And, well, that's really it. Slap the keycaps back on and we're good to go. A nice, simple build with some great results. Enjoy. This thing really blew my expectations away. Out of the box, it was amazing in both feel and sound, and was pushed to the next level with really minimal effort, despite the logistical nightmare that was the production and shipping of this board, that is. Like I said earlier, this really tested how patient of a person I am. The keyboard was launched on Kickstarter back in August of 2021. With a ship date of November 2021. Then it got delayed to early December, which really, no big deal. Delays happen, especially in the hobby and the world we've been living in for the last 2 years. But then it got delayed again to late December, and then again to early January. It finally shipped out around January 10th, but then proceeded to get stuck in shipping purgatory until late February. So it was quite a test of patience with this thing, but I basically forgot about all of that frustration the moment I typed on it. Other than that, there's really no con to the Mojo 68 in my opinion. The keycaps are much taller than I'm used to, but I got used to it pretty quickly. They are ABS, which I don't personally like because I'm a heavy typer, so I tend to shine them really quick, but they come with a pretty shiny finish out of the box. So really none of that to worry about except for the spacebar. And even then, it's just keycaps. You can swap them out if you want. And even then, the other colorways come with different profile and material keycaps. So you can really just get whatever you want. There are a couple sites currently selling some versions of this. I'll try to find and link them in the description below. But as of now, MelGeek has not made this an in-stock item. Hopefully they do soon though. It is an amazing feeling and sounding keyboard right out of the box that also has the ability for you to tweak and upgrade to your personal liking. And I would recommend it to anyone interested in picking it up. What do you think of the Mojo 68? Would you mod it or just leave it stock? Let me know in the comments. If you stuck around this far, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you liked the video, and if you're not already, please consider subscribing. It really means a lot. I really appreciate all the love and support I've received recently, and we're super close to that 100 sub mark. Thanks to all of you. So thank you again, and take it easy everyone. I'll see you in the next build.